Is the raw food diet suitable for preventing and treating disease? Well, that's what we're going to answer today. I'm Yuri Alkaline, author of Eating for Energy, and your instructor throughout this Raw Food 101 series. And we're going to be talking about, is the raw food diet suitable for somebody with cancer, somebody with heart disease, somebody with any kind of illness. And the first thing I must say is that, again, my advice here, this advice that I'm giving you is by no means medical advice or replacement for anything your doctor is going to say. First and foremost, you must follow what they're saying, but you can also support that nutritionally. So let's talk about how raw foods can help. Well, it's definitely not going to help. It's definitely not going to help, I should say. What will hurt you is eating a North American diet, a standard North American diet, which is full of McDonald's, fast foods, junk foods, convenience foods, non-foods, foods that are high in calories and low in nutrients. That is what is going to hurt you. That is what's causing the diseases that we're seeing. Is it any wonder that there were no cancer hospitals before 1924? We never really saw cancer 100 years ago. Maybe there were people dying of cancer way back when. Maybe we didn't know how to diagnose it. But definitely the prevalence of cancer in the last 100 years has been staggering. And considering that 1 out of 2 women and 1 out of 3 men are being diagnosed with cancer, it's a very, very, very serious problem. And a lot of it is because of what we're doing to our environment, and as a result, what we're taking into our bodies through our foods, which are coming from that environment, which we are intoxicating. So, will the raw food diet help? Well, my answer is yes. And the reason I say that is because my approach to raw foods is really, it's more about alkalinity. I'm not, again, I've said this many times, I'm not a raw foodist, I'm a health advocate. And it just so happens that following a raw food diet that is mainly alkaline is very, very healthy for your body. And that is what your body thrives on, right? If it just so happened that your body thrived on large amounts of animal meat and proteins and lots of fast foods, then that's what I would promote, because that is the healthiest way of eating, but it's not. Our body responds best to alkaline forming foods, so lots of fruits and veg, and preferably in the raw form. And why that's important is that, I may have mentioned this before, is that disease does not grow in an alkaline environment. And when I talk about an alkaline environment, I'm talking about an environment that is oxygenated. If you can remember from, maybe grade 10 biology or chemistry, we talked about the pH scale, 0 being acidic, 14 being very alkaline, 7 being neutral. Your blood wants to be slightly alkaline, which means that that's where it operates best. When the blood becomes too acidic, the red blood cells actually, there's things that happen to the red blood cells. They start to die off. They start to give off, within the blood, bacteria are able to grow that much better. Diseases can flourish, and your blood starts to move a lot more slowly, so you're not getting the energy and the oxygen your tissues require. When you alkalize your body, and when I talk about alkalizing your body, I'm just talking about eating a whole foods diet, right? Eating plenty of veg, plenty of green vegetables, and lots of fruits. And again, we're talking about raw foods, right? Natural foods. This is not rocket science. When you're doing that, your body's in a natural state of health. The natural state of the body is to be healthy, right? Only when it starts to break down are we doing things improperly, right? If you have a headache, if you have certain illnesses, these are all symptoms or your body's way of telling you that something is not right. You're doing something to yourself and your body's saying, hey, the lights are flashing, this is not right, we need to correct this. So remember, your body's natural state is a state of health and vitality, okay? Now we need to continue that, obviously, by eating natural foods. So can it cure, can it treat, can it prevent illnesses? Well, I believe that it definitely can prevent illnesses. I don't know, I'm never going to use the word cure, because does anything ever cure anything? Well, we don't really know. But one thing is for sure, if you can alkalize your body by eating lots of green vegetables, getting plenty of fruits and vegetables in general into your body, you're going to be getting lots of alkalinity into your system. With that, you're going to get lots of oxygen, and that is what your tissues want. That's what they want. That's what they need to thrive, right? So when you do that, you definitely improve your chances of staying healthy and vital throughout your life and preventing the possibility of getting sick. Personally, since starting eating a raw food diet, I haven't been sick, for about 5 years, right? I told you before, I lost my hair to a condition called alopecia, which is an autoimmune disorder, and that was caused by basically me bombarding my body for 17 years with terrible foods. And so my body, my immune system just started to, it basically overreacted, started reacting against itself, and that's what foods can do. It's absolutely amazing what foods, the power foods have in our body. And when you think of every single cell, every single tissue, your skin, everything, your hair, your eyebrows, your eyes, everything is made up of the foods that we eat. If you think about this for a second, your nails, your skin, your muscles, every single thing you have physically on your body comes from the foods at some point in your life that you've eaten. And it takes about 7 years for all of your cells to totally regenerate, so you can have an entirely new body than you do today 7 years down the road, right? Because our body, our cells are totally, they're always dying off and regenerating and building new ones. So we're always, it's almost like a snake, shedding skin. We are the same way. So are you going to be made of pizza and hamburgers, or are you going to be made of whole foods that are full of energy, full of alkalinity, and full of nutrients, right? The choice is yours. But what I can say is that having worked with thousands and thousands of people in all areas of life, people who are healthy, people who are sick, alkalinity in cases that I've worked with dramatically improves their state of health. My father had colorectal cancer, got him doing wheatgrass, got him doing all sorts of greens, and that was dramatically improved his chances of survival. And he obviously he's well and healthy today, and that's one of the reasons. But these are things the medical community does not tell us, right? They tell us to take medications and chemotherapy, and that's what they know, right? My forte is in obviously nutrition and healthy living, and that's why I'm here to share this with you. So the raw food diet, yes, it's very, very effective for helping you prevent disease and staying healthy. And whether you have an illness right now, it will definitely help you overcome that to a certain degree by eating better foods, by getting the nutrients in, by getting the water in, by getting the fiber in. All of that will help. It definitely will not hurt you. So it's really as simple as that. For all these great lessons and more information, be sure to come back to the site, eatingfrenergy.ca/rawfood101. It should be right there. And you'll get all this great stuff for free. It's just my way of helping you out and living your healthiest life ever. So I am your real Kame, and I will see you in the next lesson.